Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to the unbelievably good Holzer map. Loving this map. I really, really am. So we bought something. As you can see, we bought something. Of course we got the Big M. The map is all grass at the moment. We have literally not planted a single arable crop. It is all grass. What better place to use the Big M, at least for the moment, than a map that is all grass? And of course I found one. It's not black, it's black and white, but you know, that's my sweet spot. Dracula knew, black and white, that's where it's at, baby, right? So we need to get this thing going, and we got just a couple more passes on this field. We're gonna do this whole episode is gonna be sort of a variety pack. That's a good way to say it. We're gonna do a little bit of a lot of things. But the first little thing we're going to do is get done mowing this field. And then we're going to get this gathered up with the Shootmaker loading wagon and take it over to the bunker. I found some things out about that LS modding company BGA. I sort of suspected. I had my suspicions, but they have been confirmed. So we're good to go there. Basically what I found was if you feed it grass, it gives you one rate as far as the electricity that it produces. If you put silage in it, you get, I want to say, about 2x, 2 to 3x the income. So we put 100,000 liters of silage into it, and I estimate that at midnight tonight we will get 50,000 euro. I like 50,000 euro. So that seems to be the way to go. It's a little bit more labor intensive, and I did... Where's our, there it is, all the way back there. I did get a front loader, a wheel loader. Moment. And then we make a big turn. Big turn! A wheel loader, not a front loader. I got a wheel loader, and it makes sense, you know, as much. For 100,000 liters of silage, the idea of doing it 900 liters at a time with a front loader, or even, I guess you get about 2,000 in the front loader. I keep saying front loader, in the telehandler bucket. Maybe I should start again. It's a Monday. Bottom line, the only efficient way to do it is with the wheel loader. So I went ahead and got that going. What else do we have? I got some information about the horses. Well, it's not really information. It's more of a kind of an observation on my part. And I want to show you some real estate, because at some point we're going to need to expand, and that's going to be that's going to be something. It really is, because, well, we got one thing going on with the horses, and then when we expand, that's, like I said, that's going to be a bit of a scene. Anyway, it's a Monday. It's a Monday here, and it feels like a Monday. Oh my goodness. Monday for me, Tuesday for you. I hope your week is going well, and I hope your Monday, yesterday to you, I hope it was fantastic. We are going to get after it this week. We're going to have a fantastic week. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Me and you both. Right. So we're going to lift this. We're going to turn it off. And we're going to fold it. Fold it up. Beautiful. Back this up. You know, something I like about this small field is the way the gate is placed at a bit of an angle there. It is kind of tricky to get things in and out of this field. And what I find myself doing very often, well, I'll do it right now, is I pull forward up the lane. Right, like so. Moment, here we go. I just pull forward up the lane instead of trying to make the turn. I pull forward up the lane and then just back up, because it's only a couple hundred feet to the passage. Right, so we go like so, and we just go right back down here, and then turn into the yard. Like so. So, the first thing you'll see as we're heading down the passage here, the first thing you'll see is I moved the workshop, and I got a grain silo. Why did you do that, ill will? Well, I'll tell you. Because we need to get oats for our horses. And it's funny because a bag of oats is about $600, and it lasts like a week. It lasts about 6 game days. It's crazy. I want to feed our horses oats that we grow, and I estimate that that process, like beginning to end, is going to cost a minimum of about $500,000. Or we could just buy a bag for $600. This game, man, it can be very, very silly, and the economics is you just gotta like take it with a grain of salt, grain of sand, grain of something, and just kind of have a good time with it and laugh. Because if you think too much about the economics, I say this all the time, the best way to make money in this game is not to do anything. Don't spend any money on anything. Just get a greenhouse, plant tomatoes. Right, so we'll get this parked up in here. Right up in here. And I think we've got one more, yeah, we've got one more bucket on the wheel loader. There we go. Pop that, turn it off, beautiful. We got one more bucket on the wheel loader, and I think we have enough room in the hopper. Now, I did tell you at one point, you can dump grass from a trailer right here, but you cannot dump it up here. It makes sense because this hopper is pretty high. You wouldn't be able to get a trailer up to that. But you can dump anything that is in a bucket, you can dump in there. So we're going to get right back in here. Start this thing up. Get this up so we don't smash it. And here we go. This is a little tricky, I have to say. It's a little tricky. Maybe it will be easier with a telehandler, but with this articulated wheel loader, it is... Oh, it wants to like fall off the cliff there. Right, so get this dumped. I said get this dumped. There it is. There it is. So we'll get this dumped and get this thing parked up. And now we have plenty of room to get our loading wagon in here and dump it into the bunker. Right. So get this backed up. Beautiful. I kind of wanted a German one. I've seen Liebherr. I've seen a Klaus. Is it the Klaus Torian? Torion? I've seen it, but I don't know if they're... I didn't download them. I didn't take a look at them up close, so I don't know if they're for real, if they're just reskins. Right. And we can even... You know what? Let's be good... Let's be good organized farmers. Close these doors, and we are going where from here? We're going over to our Deutzfahr Warrior, and we're going to hook up our forage wagon. Yeah, fantastic. This will work. This will work. So, right, I got the grain silo. We're going to need to get a plow. We're going to need to plow under a grass field, and then we're going to need to seed it, and then we're going to need to harvest it. And we do have a baler, so we'll be able to make some straw bales. Now, and in fairness, we won't have to buy straw bales anymore. We'll be making them. But straw bales aren't that expensive. You know, they're certainly... We could get plenty of oats and plenty of straw bales for $500,000. But it's a farming simulator, you know? You want to farm with it. Let's have some fun. Let's do some stuff. Because other than that, it really would be take out a loan, buy a solar panel, and then just do nothing. Never do anything. And that's no fun. So yeah, let's do a little arable farming. And then also, I want to show you some real estate when we're done here, and think about our next purchase when it comes to farms, because this map is all divided into farms. Why are we coming over here? There's no reason to come over here. Our loading wagon is back this way. Oh, it will. It is a Monday. It most definitely is. That happens. That happens. Right. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let me show you something else, too. Let me show you something. All right. So we get that hooked up. Check this out. On our Shootmaker slurry spreader, I went ahead and got rid of that pasture injector on the back. It was snagging on everything. It was kind of a pain in my ass. And this thing has about a 14-meter sprayer just built into it. And I think that works a lot better with the irregular fields. Oh, caught on the back of my loading wagon. With the irregular fields and the fences and that sort of thing, it seems like a better bet. Hang on, let me have a sip of coffee here. And we are drinking, you can hear it, it's in a can. We are drinking Starbucks triple shot vanilla latte. 250 milligrams of caffeine. That, even for me, is quite a bit. Quite a bit. Right, so very carefully. And I think I may need to do a little painting down this lane, and you'll see why right here. In order to not snag the fence on the right, I tend to cheat pretty far out to the left. I've got my two left wheels off the gravel. I think I might widen this gravel out a little bit, just so we're not always driving in the bushes. But we'll see. We'll see. Right through here. Beautiful. Up over this. I would have liked to have lowered this just a little bit, but I don't get too clever with the placeables. You know what I mean? I don't take a lot of chances. And it's not that I don't trust it, but I don't trust it. I feel like it's not there yet. Maybe maybe the next patch they'll iron out some more kinks, but for the moment, I feel like you're just rolling the dice anytime you're placing anything. Right, so back up. And again, this is because that gate is kind of at a funny angle. And there's also, I like this, and I don't know if this is a German thing, but there's also like a public trash can here by the side of the road. I assume it's public. I mean, that's in the United States, that would be like a municipal trash can, and I like that. But I think it's funny that it's out in the country. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Who maintains that? Unless it's something that the community put up, you know, or the farmer, which I guess is me. I am the farmer. Maybe that's something the farmer put up so that, yeah, just kind of keep the area neat and tidy. It is Germany, after all. A very tidy place. Right. Let's get this closed. I think we've got enough clearance that we could have made it past the end of that gate to get this row, but just to be safe. Just to be safe. So, go back in here. Zoom out a little bit. And I guess we'll start just at the top. And what I'm going to do is gather up probably, well, we'll see how quickly we fill up. This field is limed and double fertilized, so it's 190% yield. So we'll see how we do here. But I want to do a few rows, and then we're going to go get our... There we go. We're going to go get our hard manure spreader, which is parked in the court right across the highway. And we filled it with the manure from the bunker that we were putting our horse manure into. And also, the sheep in Farm Sim 19 don't make manure per se. They don't make any solid waste per se. But in this map maker's, the way that the map maker has built Holzer map, the floor food is not floor food, it's manure. So rather than dumping it back into the trough, you dump it into, in this case, the manure bunker. Same thing down at the Unterreiterhof. It's not floor food, it's a different kind of waste. So no problem, no big deal. It's different for sure, but I thought we would have enough to fill that 15,000 liter hard manure spreader, and it actually worked out to be just over 11,000 liters, which is, I mean, close enough. So we'll spread a little bit, and then we'll spread a little bit, and then we will, I don't know, go on to something else. So we're kind of mixing it up a little bit today, doing a little bit of everything. So basically, I'm just trying to get enough of this grass foraged up that we have some room to spread manure, just so we can see how that works. Actually, the first time I've used that spreader, I bought it, probably a week ago, over a week ago, in real time, in real life, and that's been about 10 or 12 game days. I haven't used it yet. And it's been, it's the trigger to actually empty a bucket into it is very, very narrow. So if you're not in the trigger, you start emptying your bucket, and you think it's going into the manure spreader, and it just goes through it and lands on the ground underneath it. That's a little, And also when you hook it up and unhook it, as it disconnects, it doesn't fully separate from the tractor. So the tractor is sort of hooked on it, and not deal breaker stuff, you know, not end of the world stuff, but just little details. I'm getting really spoiled on this map and on Meadow Grove by Nathan 6930. I'm getting really spoiled with good mods, and it can be easy sometimes, I think, to begin to expect that all your mods will have that same level of detail and same quality. I've had some really good experiences recently with mods, and I guess that's made me, oh, a lot of weight. I guess that's made me a little, I don't want to say fussy, but you know what I mean? Maybe a little bit less accommodating with mods that are not as tight as some of the really good ones that I've had access to. Right, so we'll do the same thing. Brake is off. We'll do the same thing. We'll pull up the lane and then we'll back up. Great sound on this mod. I do like this. I like this. It may not have been by the same mod maker. I know there were a couple in 17, a couple of the Deutz-Fahr 7 Series Warriors, or at least the 7 Series, and then one of the options was the Warrior paint and engine. There were a couple of these in 17. There's a couple of them in 19, and I really do like this one. And then I've made a, oh, careful, careful, don't hit the fence. Made a couple changes to it. I did put the nitrogen sensor on it and a little trimble. And I've been working with Freddie N, who you can catch on my Discord. The link is in the description if you want to chat with either one of us. But I've been working with Freddie on making some small, but they're small changes, but to me they're kind of significant changes to things like tractors. He's been helping me out with lighting. I'm big on LED lights. No more space to place new pallets of wool at sheep. Okay. All right, we'll sort that out. But he's been helping me out with some lighting, so I've converted the lights on this tractor and the Valtra over to more of an LED style, more of a little bit of blue, and I like that. I think it, you know, when you adjust the edges of the cone and the drop-off and everything, give it a nice, crisp kind of LED, xenon, HID look. So he's been helping me out with that stuff. If you have any modding questions, swing by the Discord, look for Freddie. He can help you out with that. So yeah, it's a great mod, and then of course you got to personalize it, right? You got to make it your own. Right in here, beautiful. And I am liking the yard that we built. I like the way it turned out. It's not perfect, and it's probably not as good as you can make it in Giants Editor, but I have been wanting to experiment with and play with the placeable system. And it's one of those things that, you know, when we first saw it, like on day one, it was just an absolute disaster. We're up to patch 1.3. It's better. It will continue to improve, and in time, in another 6 months, in another year, it will just be what it is. We will have not forgotten about it, but you know what I mean? Almost like a little Stockholm syndrome. You just get numb to it, and it is what it is. So I figure I may as well start playing with it sooner rather than later, because it'll be a part of the game from here on out. I don't see them taking that out. Right. So we get this in here. Beautiful. I'm going to pull this back up. Yeah, I think we got room. I'm going to pull this back up close to the highway. I'm going to leave it in the passage because we won't have any reason to bring the clear view and the manure spreader. We won't have any reason to bring that down the passage. There's no more manure at this farm. So if we want to refill that thing, we're going to have to take it down to Unterreiterhof. Plenty of manure down there. So we'll just pull this right up here, park it, and then we'll spread some manure. I'll show you some real estate and we'll call it. I think that'll take us out to about half an hour. I hope it does. Right through here. Beautiful. And then next episode we will, I guess the end of this episode, we'll think about the next farm that we want to buy. And then next episode we will probably plant an arable crop. Probably. Right. I'm going to park this right here. Beautiful. So let me show you something right up here with the horses. Our loan is about $275,000 right now. We're making about $100,000 a day passive income with the solar panels. We should get another $50,000 with the silage that we processed at the VGA. And check this out. Our five horses are up to 32,000 euro a piece. So that's 160,000. Yeah, 160,000 euro we could sell these 5 horses for. So 100 plus 160 plus 50. That's our loan right there. We could pay our loan down to 0 right now. Or at midnight, as the case may be. But I think we're going to be okay on money on this map. That's odd. It just said no more room for wool to spawn. I see at least 2 spaces. So it goes. So it goes. Right, into the clear view. And this is that manure spreader. The sniper. Right. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's back up over here. Now this one, this is small enough. Maybe we can pull this off. If I get the bucket up over the fence, maybe we can do this in one swing instead of backing up. Maybe. Maybe. No promises. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Right. So we'll go up to, and normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I would forage up all this grass before I started spreading manure. But like I said, I just want to do a few different things and kind of give you a feel for some of the new equipment that we got on the map and some of the new stuff we got going on. And I'm debating. I am seriously debating getting a forage harvester. It would be the sort of the twin to that black and white Krona Big M that we got. It would be the Krona, I want to say the Big X 580. But it's the big Krona forage harvester in those same colors. And at that point, we would need to use Follow Me and have a tractor. We're going to go right back here. There we go. And have a tractor follow us around. Hang on. Oh, we got too many controls. So I'm going to bring this back up. Our controls are a bit redundant at this point. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're going to open this. Open it. Beautiful. All right, first time I've used this. Here we go. Actually, let's do this first. Turn down the cruise control. There we go. There we go. That's all right. Kind of a narrow spread, but we're trying to be realistic on this farm. So I think that's, yeah, I mean, I don't have an agricultural engineering background, so I couldn't tell you exactly, but that seems like about the size spreader that you would use on a field like this. If anything, it's a little bit big, maybe, but the field across the highway, through the trees, that field, oy, maybe for a field like that it would be a little bit small, but it's certainly going through the manure pretty sparingly. I was worried that we would just burn through it all very quickly, but it's kind of thrifty. I like it. I like thrifty. This row is going to be right on the edge of getting manure in our grass. In fact, you know what? In the interest of realism, let's just park this thing. Let's zoom in. It's like we're looking down on it from space. Let's zoom in. Fold this up. And yeah, we did one row. That's enough to see how it works. But I don't want to... I know it's just a game, but the idea of spraying manure into something that's going to be used as food, you know what I'm saying? That's how you end up with World War Z. You get a pandemic going. Next thing you know. So we looked at the horses. We looked at our grain silo. We mowed. We foraged. What else did I want to show you? Real estate. Real estate. Yes, I did. Moment, please. Right. So you know we own these two areas right now. We own... Did I buy that? No, it's this one. Yeah. So we own this area here, field 30, and then we own this area here. There are other farms. We can buy this farm, which is right across the highway from the Unterreiterhof, and we could actually share equipment. It would be very, very simple and very easy. We could also buy this farm right here. Well, actually, we could buy this farm. And this is the farm, even though the cows are sort of across the hill, the actual structure, let me zoom in. This part right here, the barns are right across the fence from Unterreiterhof. This is the one that is a little further down the highway where that little kids' play area is, right? Sort of in between. It's not super convenient to either one. But this is the farm that I'm actually thinking about, right out here. And it is from the Boerhof. It is, let me see. You make the turn at the church and just go straight up. In fact, let's go visit it right now. Let's take a look. So this is a small dairy farm. It is dairy? Well, it's a cow farm. You can put any kind of cows on it you want. We've got beef cows, we've got dairy cows. But it's right straight shot up the highway from the Boerhof. I don't know. It is, to buy it, it is 262,000 euros. So not terribly expensive, because these others are, it's 294, 446, and 318. So it's just about the cheapest of all four of them. And it is convenient. It's just right up the road there. So that's what we're going to do next week. Is we're going to we need to get back. I'm in the wrong place. We need to get back right here. There we go. A little bit of teleporting. So next week we're going to put in an arable crop, and we're also going to get started opening our third farm. We just need to figure out which one it's going to be this week. There you go. It's a nice thumbnail. We just need to figure out which one it's going to be. So I will figure that out this week. And next week, we'll hop in from where we left off today. There you go. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19 from the Holzer map. We'll see you next time. Take care now.